So our menu is right here. You can take a look and just let me know. Yeah. Great. Okay. Something that I recommend. Well, let's see. Are you into tequila at all? Okay, what about mezcal? Yeah, no problem. So mezcal is basically really smoky tequila. They're both made from the same plant, the agave plant. Yeah, well, I have one I would recommend right here, the Del Maguey Vida. It's my current favorite. You can actually make a really cool cocktail called the Rosita with it, which is essentially a Negroni where you replace the gin with mezcal or tequila. Just something neat today. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I would recommend the mezcal if you've never had it before. Yeah, sure. Let me get that for you. There we are. So, well, first, if you're not busy, can I tell you a little bit about the mezcal? Yeah, of course. I love knowing as much as I can about what I'm drinking. I feel like it brings a different element to it. So, I can read you basically its notes. They always list it on the bottle, or most of the time they do. So, it was made in the valleys of Oaxaca, Mexico. I hope I'm saying that right. So, Vida is wonderful to sip and very mixable. The nose is, let's see, heightened fruit aromatics, a hint of honey and vanilla. The palate is ginger, cinnamon, sandalwood, banana, and tangerine. And of course, roasted agave with a long, smooth finish. It is twice distilled and handcrafted from 100% mature agave espadín and produced the authentic way. So something I learned was that agave isn't just one type of plant. There are many types of agave, and they all kind of create a different flavor. So this one's from the espadín agave. I don't know if you've ever been to the southern United States or Mexico, but you see them everywhere, and there's a bunch of different kinds. They're basically giant succulents. They're kind of cactus-like, or like aloe vera, but gigantic. Yeah, and you can make all kinds of alcohol from them. Yeah, it's pretty neat. But anyways, let's go ahead. Pour this for you. There we go. Alright. So I'll stir it just a little bit. Get the ice in there. There we go. So I actually had this for the first time when I visited Mexico. This particular mezcal. And I loved it because they served it in what I thought was a coconut, but I later learned that it was some kind of other shell of a nut, but it was big. It was about this big, and they served it with some orange slices, which was super good. So here you go. Let me know what you think of that, okay? Yeah, of course, no problem. So you've been here before? restaurant business. Yeah, we serve food too. I can get you some appetizers. It's listed there if you want anything. You're good? Okay, great. Yeah, I've been a bartender for about 5 years now. I'm paying through school that way. Yeah, exactly. I go to the university right across the way. Okay, cool. What do you do? Very cool, very cool. Me? Well, I'm in school to be a doctor, actually. Pre-med. But, yeah, it's pretty hard juggling that and working as a bartender. But, like I said, the management here is pretty good, so they're really flexible. Yeah, cool. So how do you like it? Great, yeah, the smokiness is something, sometimes it's difficult to get used to if you're not used to smoky aftertaste. Yeah, so this is one of the only things that I like neat. I'll have a whiskey or something every once in a while, but there's something that I really just like about Mezcal that I haven't found anything close to it, in my opinion. What's your favorite? What's your go-to? Okay, Bourbon. You know, that's funny because we just got some of the best bourbon I've had in a long time. You know what? I'll give you a shot in the house if you want. Yeah. The only thing is you have to let me tell you about how cool this bourbon is. Okay, let me grab it. So it is St. Liberty's Birdie's Bear Gulch. So I actually saw this and thought the bottle was really cool and just grabbed it, but I learned that this brand, St. Liberty, is basically doing a series where they're basing their bourbons and their whiskeys off of female bootleggers during the Prohibition. So this one is based off of Birdie, and they do this really cool thing where they're trying to recreate exactly how she made it with like the same water and things like that, the exact conditions. So will you let me read you a little bit about Birdie or Birdie Brown, which is her right there. Perfect. Okay. While you finish your mezcal there, I'll go ahead and read to you. Yeah, no, it's dying down. It's almost closing time, so like I said, I'm really into this stuff. So, Birdie Brown, known as Birdie to her friends, was a woman of great courage. She was one of very few young African American women who homesteaded alone in Montana in the 1920s. Homesteading, you know what it is back then when they would go out and try to pretty much create something from nothing out in the wilderness. Yeah, it's crazy. Birdie was famous for her warm hospitality and for brewing what locals called the best moonshine in the country. One day in 1933, just before Prohibition ended, a revenue officer came around and warned her to stop brewing. But as Birdie multitasked, dry cleaning with gasoline and tending to her latest batch of hooch, fumes from the gasoline ignited and her kitchen exploded. Birdie was tragically burned in the fire and died shortly after. I'm sorry how sad this is. Today, her once orderly homestead stands in a state of disrepair in the hills of Montana, a memorial to the immortal spirit and kindness of Birdie Brown. So yeah, I'm actually gonna sneak this bottle out of here once everyone finishes it, because I like it so much and I think we should reuse Birdie bottles. My house is full of them. But I essentially whiskey, but whiskey is not bourbon, so bourbon is a type of whiskey. And I think it has to be greater than 51% corn, distilled from corn. And it has to be made in America for it to be considered bourbon. So there's my fun fact for you. I'll go ahead and let you smell it. It's good, right? So, just pour you some. So, cheers. I see that you finished your mezcal. Yeah, there's actually several mezcals from Delmagüey that are good. There's a couple other. If you come back, I'll give you some tastes of.